It's hard to imagine Steph ever hating Draymond. Dude forgave him for losing the 2016 championship.
If I play, we win, of course. So I do feel it's my fault that we lost.
You feel it's your fault?
Absolutely my fault.
But if Dre does what the rumors say, it could finally push Steph over the edge. I mean, we've seen teammates turn on each other in the past. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan were close for 30 years, but recently have been worst enemies in the media. So what could Draymond do? Join another team, ending the Warriors dynasty. But it's not just that, it's who he could join that's disturbing. Last week, Draymond opted out of his deal to become a free agent for the first time in his career. There are several teams who are rumored to be interested. Most people think he'll go back to the Warriors, but how did they forget what just happened? When Draymond punched Jordan Poole and the video was leaked, we were told it was over. Steve Kerr called it a bigger deal than Draymond telling KD they don't need him. Draymond has put his future with the Warriors much more in peril than he ever did with the Durant situation. To make things worse, they were negotiating with Poole and Draymond at the time. They paid Poole like a young all-star, but Draymond got nothing. Remember him saying this?
Is it hard for you to say that like there will be a day that you maybe aren't a Warrior?
No.
No.
No, because quite frankly, the writing's on the wall. I understand the business.
The writing's on the wall? That was just a few months ago. But then the business changed. The Warriors traded Jordan Poole's big contract for Chris Paul. How could things change so quickly? Because the only thing that actually matters is basketball. It's why Ja Morant is waving guns around and Zion's the one in trade rumors, because Draymond is an actual badass on the court. He is key to their defensive system, facilitates, and chemistry with Steph Curry. Oh, he doesn't score many points? Yeah, he didn't take many bad shots either. But Jordan Poole was overpaid from day one. Doesn't play defense, complains about his role behind Steph and Clay, became unplayable in the postseason. Bad shot selection, awful turnovers, none of the punch stuff actually mattered once basketball came into play. It's the only thing that really matters in the league. So after trading Poole, they are in a position to pay Draymond, but it's not that simple. Dude posted on social media he's worth easily over $100 million. But the Warriors don't want to pay that, which is where other teams come in. For 2 years, Draymond has been flirting with LeBron James. He knew the Lakers could have over $30 million in cap space, so he treated LeBron like a girl he wants to date. But LA will probably run it back with the players they have. There are other options like a sign-and trade with the Mavericks or the Grizzlies, but something crazy happened on draft night. When the pick got to number 10, a trade was announced. The Mavericks got rid of Davis Bertans' contract to make room for Rashawn Holmes of the Kings. Then Sacramento gave Dallas the 24th pick for nothing. Why would they do that? To open up cap space. Now the Kings have $33.5 million to get Draymond Green. I know that sounds crazy, but this already happened with another key player. In 2017, the Warriors just won their second chip and first with KD, but Andre Iguodala was a free agent. He was 33 years old, like Draymond. One last chance at a big contract, like Draymond. With limited teams he could go to, like Draymond. But instead of showing his loyalty to Golden State, Iggy got to work. His agent got the Rockets to agree to a sign and trade. He took meetings with other teams, including Sacramento. That scared Golden State, and if they lowballed him, he could leave out of spite. So they upped their offer from $42 million to $48 million, and Iggy returned. That is how I could see this Draymond situation playing out, but things are different. The Kings are a much better team than in 2017. It would have been stupid for Iguodala to leave the Warriors for the worst team in the NBA. But Draymond could cement his legacy in Sacramento. People have always wondered, is Draymond actually a Hall of Famer or just lucky to be on the Warriors? When Steph and Clay got injured in 2020, the Dubs had the worst record in the NBA. People said that proved Draymond is overrated, which always bothered him. This could be his opportunity to prove the haters wrong. So the Kings opened up money for a big-time free agent. But look who's on the market. The biggest guys right now are Chris Middleton, Draymond, Jeremy Grant, James Harden, Kyle Kuzma, Kyrie, Fred VanVleet, Nikola Vucevic, and D'Lo. It is obvious who they want. They don't need point guards like Harden or Kyrie. They already have De'Aaron Fox. They don't need a horrible defensive center like Vooch. Their defense is the problem. Draymond is the perfect missing piece for the Kings. He has an amazing relationship with their coach Mike Brown, and Dre's family might not even have to move with Sacramento right down the road. But if he did this, imagine how Steph would feel. Not only did you break up the Warriors core, but you did it with our closest rival. The Warriors just beat the Kings in 7, but what if Dre goes there and the Kings win the next series? What if Draymond does something that crosses the line, like when he stomped on Domantas Sabonis? Then Steph says something to the media out of anger, Draymond responds on his podcast, then we have an open beef between ex-teammates. Not only would the Warriors break up, but things could get ugly. Look, even if Draymond doesn't go to the Kings, how does he feel about his newest teammate, Chris Paul? People recently drug up an old interview that doesn't look good.
I don't like CP at all. Like, we don't have a good relationship at all, but I respect his hustle and I respect his IQ. He's smart as hell.
And he's saying that all dressed up in Lakers gear. Now, I am not saying that this will definitely happen, but you can easily see how things can get out of hand. The Warriors say they definitely want Draymond back, but how bad? I mean, the new GM is the guy who just said this about Jordan Poole.
Jordan, especially with his contract extension, plan to have him here for 4 more years at least.
If Draymond comes back on a huge contract, it hurts Golden State. The new owner will already be paying a ton in luxury tax at $68 million. But with Draymond back, it will cost him an extra $240 million. So it's up to the GM to negotiate a smaller deal. The target will be something at or below his player option of $27.5 million. But the Kings can offer $33.5 million. That is a huge difference, so we'll see how serious the Warriors actually are. Now, free agency starts June 30th, just a few days from now. The negotiations could get ugly, but if the Warriors try to lowball Draymond, they could lose him. Because if there's one guy who has pride in what he's worth, it's Draymond Green. But the Kings were just one storyline from draft night. So many people hated what happened in the draft, including a team's own mascot. Check it out.